Another night of heavy rain along the parts of the Texas Gulf Coast. This time it's southeast Texas who's had to deal with the brunt of it. Let's talk about when the rain is going to stop and when the heat dome returns in this Friday edition of the Texas Weather Roundup. Good morning. It is Friday, the 26th of July, 2024. I'm Texas Storm Chaser Boldy. Chief David Reimer. It has been a very wet night across portions of southeast Texas. As you can see in the monitors behind me, we've been keeping an eye on the flooding around Baytown into the upper portions of the Texas Gulf Coast this morning as heavy rain and thunderstorms with waterspouts have tried to make their way onshore. So far, this has remained just southeast of the Houston metro. Hopefully, it'll stay that way, but y'all have picked up anywhere from 3 to 8 inches of rain overnight, and some folks have gotten 3 to 4 inches of rain per hour now for a couple of hours, so definitely not an ideal situation with flash flooding underway. So we go through today, tonight, into Saturday. More scattered showers and thunderstorms are expected along the Texas Gulf Coast into East Texas, Southeast Texas, the Golden Triangle, the coastal plains, the coastal bend into the Rio Grande Valley. You could see maybe a bit of a break tomorrow morning, tomorrow afternoon, with more activity popping up into, well, technically tonight into tomorrow morning, and then more activity tomorrow afternoon and tomorrow evening across really the southeastern half of the state. So as we go into this afternoon, more storms, maybe a lull tonight, more storms tomorrow morning into tomorrow afternoon across East Texas, Southeast Texas, the Brazos Valley, the Golden Triangle, the coastal bend, the coastal plains, down into parts of the Rio Grande Valley and deep South Texas. And again, some of these storms may have waterspouts just off the coast. We'll have to keep an eye on that. And heavy rainfall with the potential of localized flash flooding. Certainly a probability. As we head into Sunday, into next week, you can see we may still have activity ongoing Sunday across parts of South Central Texas, the Brazos Valley, the coastal plains, Southeast Texas, the Golden Triangle, clearing out hopefully Sunday night. As we get into Monday, notice by early afternoon, still mostly quiet. We may have our last day of widespread rain on Sunday, with maybe an isolated storm or two across the Panhandle into the borderland of far west Texas around El Paso Monday afternoon. Same thing Tuesday, kind of more typical of a monsoonal flow, but a clear indication here is today, Saturday, and Sunday, the potential for scattered to at times numerous showers and thunderstorms across the southeastern third of Texas with heavy rainfall. But that is going to end as we get into next week. Forecast rain totals over the next several days across the state. And again, this is mostly going to be the next few days through Sunday. The potential for 1 to 2 inches of rain, East Texas, the Brazos Valley, Southeast Texas, the Golden Triangle, the coastal plains, South Central Texas, the coastal bend, into the Rio Grande Valley, the lower, middle, and upper Texas Gulf Coast. Those of you along the immediate coastline from Corpus Christi to Galveston to Beaumont will have the highest potential of 3 to 6 inches of rain locally over the next few days. And again, some folks, you're getting 3 inches of rain in an hour. So flooding, yeah. Rainfall totals taper off pretty quickly once you make it inland. Those of you in San Antonio to Austin, maybe Waco to Paris, may get rain over the next few days. Here is the wildfire outlook over the next few days as we go into the weekend. It's going to become more of an issue as we get into Saturday and Sunday, with the potential for high wildfire danger now returning for the first time in a week or two. The Panhandle, West Texas, down into the Permian Basin, in far west Texas, the borderland, in the Big Bend, down to the Trans-Pecos. So again, that is going to be an issue as we get into next week, and temperatures will be going up. Today's high temperature forecast, we're looking at low to mid 80s. The Ark-La-Tex, East Texas, Brazos Valley, Southeast Texas, Golden Triangle, coastal plains, Central Texas, even the parts of the hill country with rain and thunderstorms. Cloud cover galore. Where we're not going to have rain, northwestern half of the state, it is going to be hot, but not unusually hot for this time of year. Highs mid to upper 90s, maybe a low triple digit or two. El Paso trying to hit 100 this afternoon, but expected to fall just short. We'll see if that happens. Tomorrow's high temperature forecast across the state, same story. And then as we get into Sunday, northwestern half of the state, triple digits, it looks like. Highs upper 90s to lower well, triple digits, with highs still in the 80s, southeastern half of the state. Enjoy it, because as we go into Monday, things are going to start changing. 90s, southeastern half of the state, upper 90s to upper zeros, double zeros, upper hundreds, whatever floats your boat. And the Panhandle, northwest Texas, we're looking at 103 to 108 with triple digits. Trans-Pecos all the way along I-20 into northwest Texas, the big country into north Texas. And guess what? It gets worse on Tuesday. Triple digits, DFW to Texoma, 103 Wichita Falls, 105 in Childress Vernon to Canadian, 108 in Borger, 103 in Amarillo, 101 in Lubbock, 100 Abilene, Sweetwater, probably to Midland, Odessa, 103 in El Paso, and those of you along I-35 down into Central Texas, South Central Texas, down towards the Edwards Plateau, down I-45 into Southeast Texas, highs 94 to 98. 90s along the immediate Texas Gulf Coast into deep South Texas. And guess what? It's only going to get worse as we get further into next week. The heat dome is coming back. Here's the forecast precipitation averages over the next 6 to 10 days, July 31st through the 4th of August. You can see neutral to below average precipitation probabilities across the state after an extended period of above average precip chances. And bye-bye below average temperatures. The heat dome is coming back, and it's going to be making its happy self-centered over the the central plain. So we'll actually be on the southern periphery of the heat dome versus it sitting right overhead. But those of you in the Panhandle, West Texas into Oklahoma, it's going to be sitting over you up into Kansas, Colorado, Nebraska, and the Dakotas, Montana, and Wyoming. So their wildfire seasons are already going hardcore, and this is not going to help. So enjoy the rain while you can, because it's going bye-bye. And in terms of tropical mischief, we're not expecting issues in the state of Texas over the next 7 days. However, we will have to start watching the Atlantic for an uptick in activity, it looks like, by this time next week. And there is the possibility we could have some tropical mischief potential kind of closer to us in about 10 days, maybe. There's some data suggesting we might have some tropical mischief approaching the eastern Gulf of Mexico in about the 10-day time frame. For now, though, we're not dealing with anything, and again, that's one of those low probability, not a issue right now situations. So, it is Friday, ladies and gentlemen, which means it is time to give a shout out to our Spinny Doomers. Let's do it. We're going to go from bottom to top because it makes me happy. Jacqueline Alvarez, thank you very much for being a Spinny Doomer. Ryan Tucker, thank you very much for being a Spinny Doomer now for 2 months. Anthony Palusi, thank you very much for your 2 months of being a Spinny Doomer. Amanda Cakes, same to you, thank you for 2 months of being a Spinny Doomer. Jacob Benitez, 1 month of being a Spinny Doomer, thank you very much. Love, Live, Laugh, 3 weeks now being a Spinny Doomer, we definitely appreciate it. And r/Tornado Chats, thank you for your 1 month patronage as a Spinny Doomer. As always, y'all can get your local weather forecast, interactive weather radar, severe weather coverage when necessary, and more in the free Texas Storm Chasers mobile app. And thank you to those watching us on the Texas Weather Center YouTube channel. If you appreciate our content, give us a thumbs up, hit that subscribe button to get informed of our new videos, and of course, stick around as we continue on into hurricane season. And, well, whatever that's got to offer for the next, 4 months. That'll be it for your Friday edition of the Texas Weather Roundup. We'll probably stick to the typical 5-day week schedule, how about 5-day schedule, which means our next regular Texas Weather Roundup will be out Monday morning. But don't be totally shocked if we decide to put one out over the weekend as well. That's it for your Friday edition of the TWR. Thank you very much for tuning in. We appreciate it. Y'all have a great day, a great weekend. As always, God bless.